This is Outside the Round with Matt Burrill, a Raise Rowdy podcast.
What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Outside the Round with me, Matt Burrill. Today, a very special guest, a young buck who has become a homie for us at Raise Rowdy. He's from the great state of South Carolina, Cooper Ledford.
Yes, sir. Thank you for having me.
My dog, how you doing?
I'm doing good.
And I am honored that this is one of the first podcasts.
Yes, sir.
First of many that you'll be doing, man.
I hope so.
No, dude, it's the truth, buddy.
Yes, sir.
How you been? You were just on the road with another guy who I believe I got to be one of his first podcasts was Cameron Marlowe.
Yes, sir.
Back in 2020.
Yes, sir. That was awesome. We were a little tired when we got back, but
Yeah, where'd you guys go? I saw you were in Bogarts, right?
yeah, we played at Bogarts in Cincinnati.
Yeah.
We played at Boondocks in Springfield, Illinois,
Nice.
and the Rave in Milwaukee, which was awesome.
All right, we got to talk about the Rave. That's
Yeah,
one of my
they were
favorite.
all sold out. It was awesome.
The Rave is one of my favorite rooms in the world, bro.
Yeah. It was sick. We got to go down there, and since it was sold out, we got to go down there and sign the wall and everything. It was super
Yeah.
cool.
Did
it
you
was
feel
really
the
cool.
ghosts?
It was a little weird in there. I will say it
Yeah.
was cold, so maybe
Yeah, dude. The Rave. Which room were you guys in? Were you guys in the big ballroom upstairs, or
we were in one of the smaller rooms downstairs.
but like the club level room?
Yeah,
so
yeah,
not
yeah,
like
yeah,
the
yeah.
little sidebar room.
No, not the really small one. The I think it's the one right before you get to the Eagles ballroom. I think.
Wow.
I'm not sure, but I
Good
think.
for Cameron, man.
Yeah, it was
had
awesome.
had you been to a Cameron show before?
I hadn't, but I got 3 free ones. That was sick.
Dude, how good are him
Oh,
and,
yeah.
and Jake and the guys in the
Oh, yeah.
band? Like,
Yeah.
to me, he's one of the most underrated artists in the
Definitely.
world.
Definitely. Yeah, I mean, it was really cool because I've been listening to Cameron for years
Yeah.
now. Like, since even before I was doing music, I've been listening to Cameron Marlowe. So, when I got that opportunity, it was really cool to, like, I was fangirling a little bit,
Yeah.
but we kept it cool.
That's the best for like, and that was like the first tour that you've gotten to do, right?
Yes, sir. I've done a couple one-offs, but that was the first time anybody's, like, taken me on tour. That was really cool. Yes,
Dude,
sir.
what were you guys riding around in?
We rented a little Sprinter van.
Okay.
Yeah, Ford Transit.
That's hey, I mean, honestly, that's a bougier. I've seen people start out in way less than that.
Yeah,
So,
yeah.
who did a lot of the driving?
Me and my buddy JD. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Is that JD over there? Was
It
the
is.
driver?
JD's over here. JD's
Okay.
Over here.
How'd you guys split the driving up?
He drove most of the way. I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
And then I drove. We got about an hour into the drive from Milwaukee to back here, and then I was like, I can take over if you want me to.
Yeah.
And he didn't, put up too much of a fight when it came to that.
Yeah, so I don't know how much we've talked about this, but I spent about 5 years on the road as a merch seller and as a tour manager.
Yeah.
And going out, it's like you leave on that Wednesday for the Thursday, Friday, Saturday run, and it's so much fun. Like, you're just jacked up, especially an opportunity like that for you and the boys in the band, having a good buddy like JD with you, which is a huge blessing. I hope you're good to
Yes,
this
sir.
guy for
Yes,
helping
sir.
you
Yeah,
out with helping you out with doing the
definitely,
driving and everything. But it's like you're so excited, and then you get through show 1, and you're like, that was freaking awesome. I can't wait for night 2, and then night 2, and then it's like it's Saturday night. I'm a little tired, but this is gonna be awesome. And then that Sunday drive back, especially from being as far out as Milwaukee,
Yeah.
that's a haul, bro.
Yeah, well, it could have been worse. I think we were still riding high from just like, oh my
Yeah.
God, that was awesome.
Yeah.
It was a great experience. I mean, that was definitely like the best weekend I've ever had, in my entire life. So that was awesome.
Yeah, man. And
Sick.
you're 20 years old.
Yes,
like
sir.
you're young doing this stuff, and a native of Simpsonville, South Carolina, which
Yes,
is
sir.
a very good musical state. South Carolina.
Yes, sir.
You think of Darius and all the Hootie stuff. You think of the Marshall Tucker Band. You think of folks like Lee Bryce. You think of folks like Ashland Kraft. I mean, there's so many talented artists that have come out of South Carolina. So
Yes, sir.
take me back to growing up in Simpsonville. And I know you've only been out here for what now? It's less than a year, right?
Yeah, about 7 months. Yes, sir. So I was born in Simpsonville. I was born in, I guess, sort of raised in Simpsonville. I lived there till I was about 8 years old, but I lived all over South Carolina. I grew up in Charleston, Myrtle Beach.
Where in Charleston?
Mount Pleasant.
Okay.
We lived there for a year, and then my dad was a preacher, and my mom is a teacher.
Yeah.
And we figured out real fast, you can't afford to live in in Charleston with a preacher and a teacher salary. So we moved on to Myrtle Beach, and then we sort of missed the upstate, so we moved back to the upstate.
Yeah, my girlfriend is originally from Goose Creek.
Oh, really?
So I've spent a lot of time out in that Charleston area, man.
How do you
it's
like it?
Beautiful. I love it, man.
Yeah.
What's cool about South Carolina is that there is such a difference between upstate and the low country.
Oh, yeah.
Like it could literally, and North Carolina's like this too, where like you're out in like you're out in along like the Outer Banks versus like Charlotte or Appalachia. Like they're different things.
Definitely.
To where you could really cut a place like South Carolina in half.
Oh, yeah.
And the upstate where Clemson's at and Greenville and Simpson, like up there, is such a different world from like the low country, even down where Columbia's at. You know, it's such a unique place and interesting spot to grow up, man.
Yeah, it was definitely weird. You got a little flavor of everything, definitely. Like you said, I mean, it was weird because Simpsonville, like, I remember driving to school, and, there's not a lot of mountains in South Carolina, but in the upstate, you can sort of see some. And I remember driving to school in the morning when I was a little kid and being able to see mountains. And then we moved to Charleston, and it's like, okay, we're in the swamp now. Like,
there's alligators here.
Yeah, exactly.
People don't realize that there are a lot of alligators in South Carolina.
Oh, yeah.
Like, that blew my mind. So when you think alligators, you think of Florida or Louisiana. You don't think of South Carolina.
No, you definitely don't. And when I saw it, I was like, I don't know about this, guys. I was like, I think we need to go back to the upstate. Yeah. But
what's it like growing up and your dad's a preacher and your mom's a teacher?
Oh, man, it got a lot crazier than that. So, I mean, there's always, it's kind of not a strict household. I have two great parents.
Yeah.
But definitely, I was kept in check. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But my dad actually ended up being, so he was a preacher, and then he had sort of a career change when I was in, like, middle school, and he actually ended up being my high school principal. So
wow,
doesn't get much worse than that. Yeah. So I don't know, he went from being a preacher to then being my principal, and I had to see him every single day in high school. And high school's rough as it is.
How big of a high school was it?
Oh, I went to a big high school. Where we ended up moving, we moved to, it's funny you talked about Charlotte. I lived in a town called Fort Mill, which is right outside of Charlotte. Actually, it's right across the South Carolina line.
Right on the border. Okay.
Yeah, and it was smaller when we moved there, but then by the time I got to high school, it kind of exploded because all the people from there were a lot of people from New York and all that moved down to work in Charlotte, and they all lived in Fort Mill. So my high school was ginormous.
Yeah.
So. And I constantly got made fun of by my dad at school, it's embarrassed and everything. So that was awesome, but.
Did you play sports in high school?
I did. I played. That's actually how I kind of started music.
Yeah.
I played football my freshman year of high school, and then I went to Fort Mill High School my freshman year of high school, and then my dad got a job at Catawba Ridge, which is where I graduated. Okay. So I transferred there, and that was sort of the weird COVID years.
Yeah.
So football was weird anyway. But I got like 3 really bad concussions when I was playing football. So I couldn't get cleared to play after that. Yeah. So I had to quit football. And I'd been playing football my entire life. Like sports was
like Pop Warner all the way up.
Oh yeah, yeah. I love football. I love sports. Like that just was my whole thing.
Yeah.
And I come from a very like you got to do something household. I wasn't allowed to just sit around at the house.
No.
So after I couldn't play football anymore, my parents were like, you got to find something to do. You got to find something to do. So I always liked singing because growing up, when my dad was preaching, my mom sang in church. So I always just sang with her and at home and everything. And so I just decided to, I got a little guitar that my parents bought me when I was like 5, I think, or something like that. It barely worked. And I sort of tried to figure out how to, strum some chords along and all that, and started writing a little bit. And I just got really into it and fell in love with it.
That's awesome, man.
Yes,
there's so many guys and girls that come up in that world of being involved with worship.
Oh, yeah.
And find their way in. Like, I think of, even as rough around the edges as you might seem, like Brantley Gilbert started out playing in churches in northern Georgia.
Yes,
the FGL guys were in a worship, kind of got put together through leading worship at Belmont. You know, there's so much to that, and growing up in that dynamic, it just leads to playing music in front of people.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I think it definitely teaches, some very valuable lessons too. Being involved in that, I mean, you learn to have faith, because there's a lot of ups and downs that come with music, you know.
Yeah.
So I think you know, when you're in that world, it kind of just teaches you to put your faith in the Lord and trust that everything's gonna work out the way, even if it's not necessarily the way you want it to go, it's gonna work out the way it should go. And I think that's definitely a valuable lesson that, you know, a lot of people should learn.
Yeah, absolutely, dude. So you say you're a big sports guy.
Yes, sir.
South Carolina is a state that's divided. Are you a Tiger or a Gamecock?
I'm a Gamecock.
Let's go.
Through.
Spurs up.
Yes, sir. Spurs up.
My girlfriend's a huge Gamecocks fan.
I am the biggest Gamecocks fan in the world.
Well, you got to talk to me about this season then, because this past season, there was so much hype, man. Norris is so good.
Oh, yeah.
And I grew up a big Virginia Tech fan, so I was hopeful that we were going to get you that game one.
Yeah.
And the Cox looked strong. I had high hopes week one this past year.
I think there were a lot of injuries. I think that really screwed us over. I think also we lost a lot of talent on defense. I mean, guys like Nicky Mawuri, Kyle Kennard, you know, TJ Sanders all went to the NFL.
Yeah.
So it's definitely hard to replace all that talent in 1 year. But then with all the injuries and the sort of struggling like offensive line play, I mean, Lenoris I think still was great this year.
Yeah.
I think, you know, stats maybe weren't that great, but he looked great. And I think, but when you're under pressure, you're not going to play well. No. I mean, if you got, you know, 1 second to throw the football, it's a big ask, especially to a guy that's as young as he is. But, you know, we reloaded this year, and hopefully, you know, we'll turn it around and make the playoffs or something. That'd be awesome.
What is a game at William Bryce like? Because I haven't gotten to do that yet.
You haven't?
I haven't gotten to go.
It's if you're gonna go, you got to go at night, because they did this. They just redid the stadium with like all these lights. They put these red LED lights that light up the entire stadium. It really is like, it's electric. It's crazy. Like if you go to like an SEC game or Clemson at night at Williams Bryce, it's going to be the best game you've ever been to.
Yeah, I've been to one SEC game, or I guess technically two. I went to the Virginia Tech Tennessee game years ago when I was in college at the Battle of Bristol at Bristol Motor Speedway. That was cool. And then I went to the Iron Bowl a few years back at Bryant Denny when I was working with Trey Lewis. He took me down there to Tuscaloosa for that, and that was awesome and crazy. But Sandstorm, that's the big song for you guys, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And Cocky just goes nuts. And I hear the cockabooses. You guys tailgate in like train cars and stuff?
Well, yeah, that's an exclusive thing, but it is cool. It's really cool. Most people are just in, you know, a normal tailgate out in like frat lots or whatever. But yeah, that's awesome. I mean, last year they actually they used one of my songs before I moved here. They used one of my songs in their homecoming video. So that was, as a Gamecocks fan, that was like the coolest thing ever. Definitely.
That's wild. Have you gotten to interact with my boy Ori Lee, Cornbread Cowboy, at all yet?
I have not.
You look like you could be his son.
Do I?
Yeah. Yeah, you look like you and Cornbread could be, like, you could be, like Cornbread could be, like, a family member to you with the stash and the hair.
Hey, you might be. We might not know.
And he's a diehard Cox fan.
Yeah.
So we
got
got
like a good dude.
we got to get you and Cornbread connected, because he's the man. I know he's a proud Gamecock. So talking about the music stuff, you kind of got your start just posting a cappella covers and just kind of singing and letting the world see you through their phones, right?
Yes, sir. I mean, that's how I got on the camera tour. Actually, is I posted a video of me because I couldn't really. I just told you, you know, I started playing guitar as a senior in high school.
Yeah.
And so I could not play guitar very well. And so I was like, well, you know, I don't know if these covers are going to do that great when I'm, you know, over here struggling to pick these songs. So I'm like, I'm just going to get on here and sing. And so I put my phone up and I did When I Call Your Name by Vince Gill. And Cameron saw it, and he I guess really liked it, DM'd me and asked me to go on tour. And it was a long process of us sort of talking back and forth and trying to get it worked out, but, you know, it definitely worked out, and for the best, I think.
Yeah, man, and it's funny because that's part of his story was the Luke Combs, Rowdy Rob Williford, who used to be in Luke's band. He's a great producer, songwriter. They saw Cameron back in the day and found him, and Rob told him, hey, get out to Nashville.
Yeah.
You know, so it's similar kind of thing and it's cool to have that Carolina connection as well.
Sir.
Speaking of a Carolina connection, you got to meet one of your heroes recently.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I know you saw the video that we did when you played over at the local. What was it like getting to meet Eric Church?
I mean, I don't get very nervous meeting people.
Yeah.
But I think I was shaking like a leaf on a tree. You know what I meant when I met Eric Church? It was crazy.
How big is a guy like that for you, like growing up as a Carolina guy, a lover of songwriting, a lover of country music? Like, talk about how important guys like Eric Church, Luke Combs, people like that have been for you in getting to where you're at now.
Yeah, I mean, when I was little, I had one of those little, iPod shuffles, and there were 3 songs on it, and one of them was Like Jesus Does. So I used to, growing up, I loved Eric Church. And then I think when I started writing songs, I just got even more into it because I started to really fall in love with songwriting. And even, like you said, like Luke Combs has some fantastic, like that Fathers and Sons album.
Yeah.
God, that was killer. So, like, in just knowing that they're from sort of the same area as me is really cool because I think looking at the songwriting and then seeing we have similar experiences, there's a lot to draw from, when it comes to, like, inspiration and things like that. It's really cool.
Yeah, man. And you even dive back, like you're a fan of the classics, which is kind of, I got to talk about how you and I got connected. Because it's my favorite way of getting to know young guys and girls in town and artists is through other young guys and girls that I meet. And we got connected through our good mutual friend, Colton Dawson.
Yes, sir.
And I feel like you and Colton, and there's a bunch of others like the Kenny Whitmires, the Cole Goodwins, like there's all the Will Bannisters, there's all these young folks that you have an appreciation for the old stuff.
Definitely.
You love your Eric Churches, you love your Cameron Marlowe's, your Luke Combs, but you love your Keith Whitleys as well.
Oh, yeah.
You love your George Straits, you love your Tracy Lawrences, like the stuff that your parents were probably listening to growing up has resonated with you. So talk about, one, how you met Colton, and 2, like just what it is about that solid country gold that just makes you light up and want to put your music in that style.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, me and Colton met like how I feel I meet a lot of people now just through TikTok, and I had seen his covers a bunch, and I DM'd him and was like, hey man, love your stuff. I'd love to get together and write sometime or something like that. So then when I moved here, and then I saw that he moved here, we just kind of started talking again, and we ended up hanging out at the local, and then it just sort of led to he was playing the Raised Rowdy things, and I was like, oh, that's awesome. How'd you get on those? And he was like, oh, whatever, and he was like, you need to get on those. They would love you over there, and so just a really, really awesome guy, to help me out like that. A really, really good dude. But when it comes to traditional stuff, and I know, like, obviously Colton, loves that stuff.
Yeah.
But I think that's what I grew up on. My dad's favorite country singer is Conway Twitty.
Nice.
So I used to listen to a lot of Conway when I was younger, a lot of George Jones because of my mom, and I think that the thing that really draws me to it is just the honesty and how authentic everything was. I think that when you hear, He Stopped Loving Her Today, you can tell, like, that's real. You know what I mean? That's not just some song that they wrote and they were like, oh, that's a hit. Like, you hear the stories about George Jones, it took him like a year to record the song. He kept crying. That's real. You know what I mean? And I think that's what I love. In the songwriting, it feels real. And I think that's, when you're writing a song, that's what is most important, is conveying the emotion and really making it feel real so that it'll connect with somebody. And I think that nobody's ever done it quite as well as those older guys.
Yeah, definitely. Man. And you're carrying that torch. That's wild.
Trying to.
There's all you guys that aren't even 21 years old yet doing this thing. Like, it has me so excited, having been in town as long as I've been here and seeing that come back around.
Yes, sir.
And whether it's like at the level that a guy like Zach Top's at right now, where it's like really he's waving the flag, playing those huge shows and taking us back to the 90s, but then even going back to the 80s, like you're talking about with the old George Jones stuff. And the Conway Twitties and the Keith Whitleys, and it has me so excited. And I love that it's like a crew of you guys doing it. Like,
yes,
you're getting to write songs and do stuff with your friends who are also new to town and
yes,
around
sir.
your age. You're all experiencing this. Like, these are supposed to be your college years.
Yes, sir.
And you guys are basically going to honky tonk university.
Yeah.
And being around this stuff, and venues like the local are great for it,
Definitely. Only place I can get into, but
that's what I'm saying. And it's funny because back in the day, that was when we used to host that events at Live Oak. at their old location before they had moved, and then we bounced over to the Losers and Duck Blind. We do the full band stuff over at Odie's, which has been great. But the local, there's something about that's how you get that young wave is.
Oh yeah,
it becomes the spot that you guys hang out at, whether
Definitely.
it's local. Music City Inn, like the Palace, and Scoreboards is another spot that's great for
Yes,
that
sir.
style of music. But I mean, just having that community of like all you guys got here,
Yeah, definitely.
and you're getting to create cool stuff together.
Yes, sir. It really is awesome. Yes, sir. I totally agree. I mean, when I went to the local, it was sort of like, oh yeah, this is what I expected when I moved to Nashville.
What was your first
You know
night
what I mean?
there?
I think I went when Will Jones and Sam Banks were playing.
Oh, the Monday
Which-
night, the Denim
yeah.
Daddies, bro.
Oh yeah, that's
Monday
sick.
nights at the local are special.
Oh, they definitely are. You go and it's just like, it's everything I grew up on. It's like, whoa, this is sick. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's because you won't hear that on Broadway. And I
Yeah.
think that's what's really cool is that it's just so different and such a special experience to hear all that talent in one room, especially how small the local
Yeah.
is. Just hear it all in there and hear everybody like, nobody in there is just, it's not just like it's background noise. Everybody in the local is there to hear what's going on. You know what I mean? And it's really sick to see something like that.
And it's the kind of room like the video that we did talking about you, man. It's a room that once you win it over,
Yes, sir.
you have a man. Like you shut the bar up.
Yeah.
You know, they listen to what you had to say,
Yes,
man.
sir.
And you're getting songs that are like that, man. Like Talk to Me About Different After All. That's been one
yeah.
that seems like it's been a big one for you.
Yeah, I wrote that when I was in high school still, and I love really sad songs, so I've always, that's my go-to thing is these sad ballads and everything, and I wanted to write one that really I felt connected with people, and I think that sort of regret after a breakup is definitely something that a lot of people can resonate with, and when I put it out, I honestly didn't expect it to do that well just because of what it is, how sort of slow and sad, and it doesn't have really any huge vocal moments or anything like that. But then I put it out, and it's immediately like it was my biggest release, and it gets on Spotify's playlist. It went Country Central, Whiskey Riff, all that, and I'm like, whoa, this is awesome. That was my first taste of really like what my music can do and how it can resonate with people, and I think that was really sick, and that sort of made me fall in love with songwriting even more. Just seeing the effect it can have.
Yeah, man. And it's cool that you're like, because a lot of guys and girls will stay where they're at and not take the jump to move here.
Yes, sir.
Especially at such a young age. Like what led you to pack up and leave upstate to come out here, and what was that process
Yeah.
like? You leaving at 20 years old.
Yes, sir. Well, I graduated high school, and I was like, not completely. I never even applied to go to college because I'm just a big procrastinator when it comes to stuff like that. So I was like, I don't know what I want to do. So I figured I'm gonna go to tech school, and I'll figure it out. Because then if I want to transfer to college, I can do that. And if I want to, not go to college, no harm, no foul. You know what I mean? Because it was free. So I started going, and I think I got I remember having a conversation with my mom. I had a Western history class. And my mom is a history teacher, by the way. So I walked in there. I said, Mama, I've been in this class for 3 weeks, and we haven't talked about Billy the Kid or anything once. And she's like, yeah, it's because Western history is about Russia, idiot. So it was kind of then I realized maybe school's not my thing,
Yeah.
and I just decided, I was really getting into songwriting at that point and singing and everything. And I was posting videos more consistently, and I was like, I'm gonna do it. I don't want to waste all this time, trying to figure out what I want to do with my life. And then, years from now, wish that I had moved to Nashville and spent that time. I'm just gonna go dive in and go 100%.
Yeah.
And I think that's the best thing I could have done. I think it's definitely been a great experience so far. So I just decided to move up here at 19 and just turned 20, last month, and it's been great so far.
Yeah, man. Where in town are you?
I started out in Madison, but I just moved to Antioch.
Okay, all right,
Yes, sir.
all right. Whereabouts in Antioch? Because I did some time during Antioch. I lived there. I lived there during COVID.
Oh yeah.
I was in COVID Antioch.
Oh yeah. I don't actually know. I literally just moved there last week. I'm at
Are you off Murfreesboro Pike? Are you over by Nolansville?
I'm over towards Brentwood.
Okay, so you're in Brantioch.
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
what we call that,
yeah.
Brantioch. So you're not too far from the zoo.
No, sir. No, sir. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'm right there.
Okay, yeah. So what I love about Antioch, man, I know you Southern folk love your Mexican food.
Oh, yeah.
You have got some of the best taco trucks
Oh, yeah.
that I've ever seen in Antioch, man.
Yes, sir.
The food scene in Antioch is a great place to be. And it's funny you started out in Madison. That's where my girlfriend's at. So I spend a lot
really?
of time over there in Madison. And it's nice because East Nashville's right there. And there's a bunch to do over there as well, man.
Definitely.
But yeah, when I first moved down here, I lived in Spring Hill. So I don't know if you know where that's down.
Yeah, I was
way
just
down
there
south.
yesterday. I was there like 2 days ago.
Oh, really? What
Yeah,
were you doing
yeah.
down there?
I was in Columbia, and it took me back up through Spring Hill, and that was cool.
Yeah, I did. That's where I bought my first gun, was in Columbia.
Really?
Yeah, at King's Firearms. That was where my New York ass learned that you could finance a firearm. I bought a Mossberg 500 when I first moved down here. And the old guy at the shop looked me in the eye and said, "Son, welcome to America." And I was like, all right, I'm here. I'm in Tennessee.
Yeah,
But yeah, I mean, and it's like I inch closer and closer to town, you know, and you'll see that as you live here. And then you'll get to the point where you figure out if you don't want to be in town, like Kenny's way out in the boonies, you know, Colton's way out in the boonies, but there's something about, and I'm assuming do you have roommates and stuff?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's the guys that went on tour with me. My guitarist and my drummer are my roommates.
See, and there's something special about you guys all grinding together and being together and being in the trenches.
Yes, sir.
You know?
Yes, sir. Definitely.
Are your band guys? Are they guys that you met here, or are they guys that moved out here with you from South Carolina?
Yeah. Well, it's funny. I met both of them here, but they're both from South Carolina.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, yeah. One of them's actually it's insane. One of them's from like 10 minutes from where I'm from, and he's like months older than me, not even a year, and we never knew each other till we got out here. It's crazy.
That is crazy. That is wild, dude. And they're new to town as well.
They've been here for I think like a year and a half.
Okay.
They've been here a little bit longer than I have. Yes, sir.
Nice. That's awesome, man. Yeah, you'll see those memories that you make riding around in the van together.
Oh yeah.
Is something special.
Oh yeah.
It is something special, man. What do you like doing when you're not doing the music stuff?
Oh man, I love a good like antique store. Love a good thrift.
Oh, you're in a great place for that, and you're in a great industry for that because you go into all these small towns and all these places.
Definitely.
Everywhere's got a pawn shop, man.
Oh yeah, yeah. I love stuff like that. I love fishing. Fishing's my thing. And being right in Antioch by Percy Priest, that's great.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, even in Madison, being up there by Old Hickory, like you know, it's good. It's good area. But yeah, I mean, I just love doing anything where I can sort of like just be by myself and, you know, have a clear head and roll song ideas around in my head all day and just walk around, you know, waste some time.
Yeah. What's the best thing you've thrifted here lately?
Oh God, I got a sick Harley shirt yesterday.
Oh really?
Yeah. I got this like Harley. It's like a sweater. It's like 150th anniversary or something like that. I know I looked it up. It's worth like $200. I was like,
what'd you get it?
$6.
You got it for $6?
Yeah,
bro.
Sick. Yeah,
hell
I know, right?
yeah.
I know.
That's awesome, man. Yeah, there's some good spots. Like there's a spot up in White House called Tennessee Flea.
Yeah,
and it's wild, man. Like the stuff you find in there, and just over the Kentucky line up there by that casino. If you go by 65, there's a ton right there on the border. They're all right next to. Yeah, dude. There's some crazy old stuff you can find in there, man. Because it's cool. It's like. It takes you back to a place in time to where it's like, this is, you just see stuff that you don't find anywhere.
Yeah, definitely. Things were definitely better quality back in the day. So I love finding some, you know, you find it for cheap, pretty good stuff.
Yeah, you can find a lot of gear too, music-wise. Amps and guitars. And
Facebook Marketplace menace over here.
Oh, you're a Facebook Marketplace guy? How often are you on there? Is that something you check every day?
I mean, like every 30 minutes.
Yeah?
Yeah. You constantly, we have a little building out behind my house right now that we're using for band practice. So we've been on there like searching for sound panels and everything like crazy. But we've got a few. But we've been on there a good bit.
That's awesome, man.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, and there's a lot of Facebook Marketplace stuff out here in Nashville.
Oh yeah.
This is a heavy Facebook Marketplace.
Yeah, definitely.
That's how I furnished most of my first
that's what we're
apartment.
doing too. Yeah.
Couch here, TV here.
Exactly.
Can you take a few bucks off of me and my buddies with the truck? Come pick it up. You know?
Exactly. That's what we're like sitting like. Oh, like we got these sound panels yesterday or a couple days ago, and this dude was like, it was 7 sound panels for $300. We're like, we'll do $250 if you let us come get them right now.
Yeah.
$250 cash. You know what I mean?
And you got them?
Oh yeah, we got them. Yeah,
Hell
it's just a lot of stuff like that.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. It's the haggling.
Yeah, definitely.
It's the haggling back and forth. Do you ever like see something crazy and you put like $1 or $2 on it just to see what they do?
No, I haven't done
Like,
that.
have you lowballed people?
Oh, I've definitely lowballed a little bit. Yeah. But it hadn't worked out yet. But I know what I got.
It will, man. So what are we excited about for coming up? I know you're playing Carolina Country Music Fest.
Yes, sir. That's definitely gonna be awesome. Getting to go home. Even like I said, I lived in Myrtle Beach for a little bit, and I remember it always going on and everything. But I never got to go. So it's gonna be awesome to get to go to the concert, but also be a part of it and get to come home. It's gonna be really sick. I'm really excited for that. Got some big rights coming up, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, what have been, aside from the Cameron Marlowe tour, what have been some like pinch me moments so far?
I mean, 2 days ago, I was down in Chattanooga. I got to open for Ella Langley, Tucker Wetmore.
Oh yeah, that radio show.
Yeah, Mitchell Tenpenny, Lauren Elena, and Kelly Lovelace.
How'd you get it? How'd that all happen?
Just JD, my buddy JD. It's pretty much everything I've gotten on has just been me and him, sort of DMing and emailing people over and over and over and texting and sort of walking that line between, I'm either going to get an opportunity or a restraining order. And it's like, and, you hope it's the opportunity.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Exactly. And I think he actually said something to me the other day about like, you always take that chance because if they say no, you're just back at square one. It's not like they're going to, it's not like anything bad is going to happen from you missing an opportunity.
Yeah, you don't lose anything.
Exactly. So it's definitely been some valuable advice.
That's awesome, man.
Yes, sir.
What was Chattanooga? What was that experience like, getting to be around Ella and Tucker
That was
and
sick.
Lauren Elena and
Being back there and just like, it was kind of weird hearing them all just backstage warming up. It's like, wow, I've only ever heard these people, through Apple Music, and I just like am backstage with them while they're just goofing off and warming up and everything. It was weird, but they were all extremely kind and incredible people. So it was really great experience.
Yeah. It's wild, and it's kind of full circle that you got to have that moment with like Cameron and Ella.
Mm-hmm.
They were folks like, because I see on our notes that your team had sent over to like upcoming shows, it says Outside the Round, which of course is the name of this podcast. And the round that you're gonna be playing St. Patrick's Day with us.
Yes, sir.
Which is gonna be unbelievable. You're playing with Colton, by the way. I don't know if you know that. You're in that same round.
Yeah, he texted me.
9:00 St. Patty's Day at the local. It's gonna be electric. It's gonna be a wild time. But it's like Ella and Cameron used to be the kids that were playing the Tuesday Writers Rounds.
Yeah.
They just weren't at the local yet. They were over at Live Oak. Mm-hmm. So it's like, it makes me feel old, like that I've been here to see where they're at. And a kid like you, who's someone that if it were up to me, I'd have you on every week. Like you're really good at what you're doing, man. You're grinding and you're killing it. And you and Colton and like the rest of your crew. And it's awesome to see folks like that be the folks that you're looking up to now.
Yes, sir.
And I remember when they were at where you're at right now.
Yes, sir. Yeah, it's definitely cool. Yes, sir.
It's really cool. Tell me about these big songwriting things that you have coming up.
Oh man, I have a couple rights with John Pierce.
Nice. Oh,
yeah,
dude.
Yeah.
John's John's a legend, man.
Yeah, I'm really excited for those. I don't want to say too much, but I got a bunch of cool ideas. I'm really excited to throw around and see if we come up with something cool.
What's it like being the kid but also being the artist in the room with some
Definitely
of these,
weird.
with some of these like legendary songwriters?
It's weird because it's one of those things like, you want to go in the room and write for you, but then also you have to go in and be like, okay, I got to prove myself too.
Yeah.
It's not just like they're gonna come in and give you their best ideas, because who are you? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You got to go in and be like, okay, this is my great idea, and now I got to show you how good of a songwriter I am on top of that, and make you want to write with me. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's one of those things, and it's definitely weird, but it's a great experience if it goes well, because then if they end up liking the song, then they're gonna want to put stock in you, and they're gonna want to write with you more and more and introduce you to people, and it's just a really cool experience getting to write with these guys.
Man, it's like being a freshman or JV and you're getting an opportunity to practice with varsity.
Exactly. That's exactly what it's like. It's a good way to put it.
It's you got to look at it like, that's why I think being an athlete translates so well.
Oh yeah.
To being someone in the music industry.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of stuff that you learned, which is funny. You brought up the concussions too. Mm-hmm. I had the same thing. I think I had 2, maybe 3 my senior year as well. playing football.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know,
That's
so
crazy.
but again, it's the Lord works in mysterious ways,
Definitely.
and who knows where you would have been if that hadn't
Yeah, the
happened to
NFL.
you.
I'm
well, the NFL, but he's definitely probably not music.
Yeah, definitely.
You know?
Yeah, I probably would have been. I probably would have gone and walked on at some little school and gone to college and gotten a degree in some job I didn't want to work.
Or be working a job in whatever in the town that you're from and that you were living in, which there's nothing wrong with. There's
definitely
nothing wrong with that at all. But how do you talk about some of how your faith has factored into just where you're at now? Because you're a guy that's very humble, very, very respectful. Like, I can tell you're a man of faith, but
Yes, sir.
talk about how you've seen the Lord work in your journey.
Yeah, I think a lot of things like that, like the concussions. I mean, because like I said, I love football. It's like next to music, football is my thing. You know what I mean? And I think that I my dream was always to go play college football at South Carolina. That was always my dream. I wanted to do that. So then when I got all these concussions and I couldn't get cleared to play anymore, at the moment, that seemed like, okay, well, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Like this is all I put all my eggs into this basket,
Yeah.
And now I have to kind of like start from square one and figure out what I'm doing. And like I said at the time, I was distraught because it was like, okay, well, everything I've worked for, all my dreams are just like broken now.
Yeah.
And but then it's led me to fall in love with something. I will say the way I love music, I never loved football the way I love music. So it's definitely the Lord used that the concussions and everything to show me, like, no, this is what you're supposed to do. This is the plan I have for you. And I think in this business there's a lot of risks you have to take, and a lot of praying you got to do. Pray about it and see it. Okay, is this right? Is this what I'm supposed to do? And then if you feel like it is, then you got to trust the Lord and take that jump. And you definitely need faith for that. And I think that's definitely played a big part in where I am now and where I'm going.
Yeah, man, because you read the good book, and I'll be honest, I don't pick it up as often as I should, but
Yes, sir.
there's a lot of trials and tribulations in there.
Oh, yeah.
And it relates a lot, man. And it's like you would have made a lot of people happy and brought a lot of joy to the world if you had gotten to run out on the field in that USC uniform.
Yeah.
But think of all the joy and all the difference you're making to people with your music.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. It's powerful stuff.
Yes, sir.
It really is powerful stuff. What have some of the comments been and like interactions with followers and fans, and even getting to open up for a guy like Cameron Marlowe or that experience down in Chattanooga where you're seeing people react to your songs? Yeah,
I mean, it's been, I will say, the absolute coolest thing ever happened to me when I was on the Cameron Marlowe show. Because like I said, we played in Ohio, Illinois, and Wisconsin. That's nowhere near South Carolina, And at every single show, I played a song that I have out called One More Heartbreak. At every single show, there were multiple people in the crowd that knew the words and were singing it back to me. Not after I had sang the chorus once. They were singing it before I was singing it.
Wow.
And that was like the coolest thing ever, standing on stage and seeing people sing the words that I wrote at a show that wasn't even, nobody's buying those tickets to come see Cooper Ledford. They're coming to see Cameron Marlowe.
Yeah.
So at least not yet,
Yeah.
But that was the absolute coolest thing, and it really showed me, like you said, like how the songs can resonate with people, and that was awesome. And seeing the followers on social media, like people that comment on every video, seeing how they resonate with it. People make videos with the songs, in the background, and all that good stuff. It's really, really crazy and really a dream come true, really.
Yeah, man, you have an unlimited reach.
Yes, sir.
Anybody in the world
Yeah.
your video could pop up.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy.
And it seems like you've used that tool very well.
Yes, sir.
It's hard to figure out. But again, you just took a chance and you were just up there singing covers a cappella before you knew how to play guitar, which I think is genius.
Yes,
Because you weren't comfortable, but you were confident and you knew the words and you knew how to sing the songs.
Yeah. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Definitely.
That's awesome, man. Where have some of your favorite spots been? I know we talked about the local, but since you've been out here in Nashville, where do you like going and hanging out?
Oh man, I will say I'm a big food guy.
Yeah.
And I love you been to Redheaded Stranger?
Yes.
Oh my God, that place is good.
Good
boy.
stuff.
That place is good. I love that place. But I'm excited, like you said, in Antioch. I pass like probably 30 Mexican restaurants anytime I go anywhere. So I'm excited to try that out. See what that's about.
Yeah, there's those, and especially like late night. And it's funny, a lot of them have. There was one, I think it was on Nolansville. Nicky T used to live over in Antioch, and him and I would be hanging out late night, and we'd get to the point where we're like, oh, we got to get something to eat, and then we'd go over to there, and on the menu, it's called the Gringas. It's like they make specific street tacos for the gringos. And they were fantastic. So, like, there's just so many. And it's affordable because you're balling on a budget right now, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Touring's expensive.
Definitely. It's like
music's expensive. You're independent. You're independent and grinding right now.
Yeah,
you know,
you gotta pick between a meal and gas sometimes.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, what's it been like coming out here? Like, what have some of the situations like the oh shoot, I'm out here, I'm out of the nest, I'm betting on myself.
I mean, during the snowstorm was crazy because you're just locked in your house, and I ran out of groceries. I didn't have power for 6 days.
Yeah.
And I ran out of groceries like day 2. So I went like 4 days without eating anything. And I'm just sitting there. The lights are out. I'm sitting in my dark room, you know. All I had was my guitar. And I'm like, this is the kind of story I'm going to be telling in years from now. You know what I mean? And this is the kind of stuff that I guess teaches perseverance. That's how I took it.
Were you just practicing guitar during that, or did you end up writing some stuff?
I wrote some stuff. I think I played one of them at the last round. I wrote a song called Rosie's Finger that I like pretty good. It's really bluegrassy, but yeah, just writing. It was a lot of sad songs. Being in the dark for that long, you know.
Yeah. I think that's part of the reason that we've gotten into the spot that we're in with country music right now too, and just music in general. Was coming out of COVID, people were writing. They were locked in their places.
Yeah.
And COVID was different for everybody. You know, it was for me. I was out touring and doing stuff with Trey Lewis. Like,
yes, sir.
The second half of 2020 for me was awesome. In certain states, you had more flexibility and stuff. But I think, like you said, like there's something about that with the translating into the sad songs and the sad stuff. And what has me so excited right now is that I think we're getting to the point where it's the upbeat is starting to come back. And that can be the traditional stuff like you do. That could be some of the more popular stuff as well. But I think we're at the point where everybody wants to have fun again.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, I've been writing a lot of upbeat stuff recently, and I'm really excited for people to hear the fully produced versions of them.
Yeah.
Because I think that they're going to hear a side of me they haven't heard before. Whereas I think a lot of my stuff early that I released was very traditional and very traditionally inspired. And I think the stuff I'm writing now still is. It's definitely now, I think when you hear these songs, you're going to be like, oh, that's Cooper Ledford. You know, it doesn't sound like anybody but me. And I think that's something that since moving to Nashville, I've really focused on is trying to get a sound that is instantly identifiable and unique and just me, because I don't really in any, you know, aspect of life, I don't want to really be like anybody else. I just want to do me, you know, and I think that it's really, really exciting, the stuff that I'm putting together. Got a lot of rock influences, got a lot of bluegrass influences, country obviously. I mean, if you like Travis Tritt and you like early Miranda Lambert, stuff like that, I think you're gonna love like the stuff that I'm working on. Definitely.
Yeah, when can we look for some new music?
We're trying to get a date right now to record the next song. I think I'm gonna try to record it next month. So sometime this summer, hopefully.
Yeah. How's that process been because you're so early into this whole thing?
Yes, sir.
Like, how's that process been? Like, where have you gotten to record and do some of your stuff? Like, what's that been like?
Yeah,
so far?
yeah. So I everything I have out, I recorded in South Carolina with a guy named Brad Phillips at Studio 101. And I think I seriously would say if you're anywhere near South Carolina and you know, want to do music or you're thinking about it, I would seriously recommend Brad at Studio 101. They're great, and it's really affordable, so that's really good. But they've got incredible pickers. Catlin Owen, he tours with Brian Kelly. He's his guitarist.
Nice.
He's played on some Riley Green songs, but he plays on the songs. Like, incredible guys, really some of the nicest guys on the planet. But that's where I recorded everything before I moved here. Since I moved here, I haven't recorded anything. So I've been sort of like weighing out my options, trying to figure out where I'm going to go next. But I'm really excited to do it.
That's awesome, dude. And there's something special about being from a place where you have the ability to work with great people. Like,
Yes, sir.
I think of like my friends from Alabama. There's a guy down there named Josh Bright that has been like huge for a lot of the artists coming up that are in the scene in Alabama. You know, like Gavin Adcock has recorded a ton down with his guy in Georgia. The old 60 guys have their guy up in Kentucky that they had recorded a lot of their early stuff with. Like,
Yes, sir.
there's something special to have that, and that's such a blessing to have, because without that, you might not be where you're at now.
Definitely,
you know,
definitely, yes, sir. I think those songs definitely sort of launched it to where I could get here. So that's and I mean, Brad has put me in contact with a bunch of incredible people. So so that I'm really thankful for those people. But yeah, it's incredible.
What is a Cooper Ledford show like? Because I haven't gotten to see a full
Oh,
band yet.
man.
But now that I know you have the band and you're here, we're gonna get you on a Wednesday
heck
at
yeah.
Rowdy's. You
Heck
come
yeah.
rip. You come rip. We'll figure that out. We'll get some dates after this, JD.
Heck yeah, we're
But
definitely going to.
we'll do that. But describe to me the live show, because you're mixing in some covers as well this early on.
Yeah. So when we were on tour with Cameron, we did I think 5. I want to say 5 originals and 4 covers.
Yeah,
that
that
sounds right.
that to me is a good mix, because not everybody, like if you're playing unreleased stuff that you and the guys might not have yet, versus the stuff that you have released, and like you were talking about with people singing the words back to you, having a couple of those, but everybody's gonna know the cover songs, and if you and the boys can hit home runs, hit dingers with those, man.
Exactly.
So what are the covers that you mix in there?
We started out. I think when we play, we want to really just like bring the energy.
You have to.
So we start out with Johnny Cash by Jason Aldean.
Nice.
Something super high intensity.
Yeah, dude.
We did Ain't Living Long Like This by Waylon Jennings, but we did it our version.
Yeah.
Which is really cool.
That's a fun one to do your own version of.
Yeah. We did a little faster than it's recorded. Put a lot of stops in there. Really cool.
Nice.
We did we did something really cool that everyone seemed to love at all the shows. I did a couple acoustic songs. I had the band walk off stage, and I played an unreleased original acoustic, and then I did Cover Me Up acoustic. But once we got to the solo, the band came back in, and everyone seemed to love that. I mean, that was definitely a home run. And then we did Trouble by Travis Tritt, which was super fun.
Just a honky tonkin' barn.
Oh yeah. That's one of my favorites. So just a lot of high energy, just really focused on entertaining, I'd say.
Yeah, you got to have moments in the live show.
Oh yeah.
Whether that's within one day that will be the originals, but if you can give them those moments with the covers too, because you win them over with a cover early, then you're gonna have their attention for the original after, man.
Exactly.
It's that roller coaster. It's knowing, like, there's such an art to building out a show.
Exactly, definitely, and that's something we sort of really focused on, because this was actually my first time playing with a band.
Yeah.
So was going on tour, so I had a vision, and these guys that I played with are some of those incredible and talented people I know, and they really brought my vision to life, and we really rocked it up, and I think we killed it. I think we did an awesome job, and people seemed to love it, so it was awesome. It was really cool.
That's awesome, dude. Hell right, that's great. Did you go to a lot of concerts growing up?
I didn't actually. When I was younger, I come from a very poor family.
Yeah.
No, my parents were the first people in either of their families to go to college, and they sort of have worked their way up. But when I was younger, I mean, it was always like my parents got married very young.
Yeah. My
dad was 19, and my mom was 25 when they got married. So it was sort of like figuring things out for a long time. But I mean, I will say my parents are the most amazing people like ever. They're awesome.
Usually when you grow up not having a lot, that usually translates to very giving people.
Yeah.
And very like into the mission of helping others, which translates very well, like given what I know now about your background of preaching and teaching.
Yes,
you know,
sir.
like you got to be a special person to have those careers that your parents have.
Yes, sir. Definitely. I definitely agree. I mean, both of my parents, like I said, they grew up very poor, but they've made something of themselves, and I think they've always instilled in me to do better than they did, and make something of myself, and always it's really awesome because neither of my parents, just because of what they come from, neither of them really ever got to chase their dreams. So they've always told me since I was a little kid to just chase my dreams and do whatever I want to do, and that they'll always help me. And I'm truly like extremely grateful for that. But back to the concert thing, though.
Yeah, back to the concert. Shout out to mom and dad. Thank you.
Shout out Mom and
Thank
Dad.
you for raising him just the right healthy dosage of Rowdy. We appreciate it. I look forward to meeting your parents too
Thank
at
you,
some
Mom and Dad.
point. Yeah.
So
first concerts.
Yeah. I went to my first concert was Willie Nelson when I was like 16.
No way.
Yeah. I saw him at PNC. It was Government Mule, Sturgill Simpson, and Willie Nelson.
Okay, a little jam band action.
Yeah,
nice.
definitely.
That's a hell of a first concert.
Oh yeah, it was awesome. It was definitely cool.
That's a wild crowd for your first concert
It was a
to go
weird
to.
crowd.
Yeah, you see some stuff, bro.
Oh yeah.
Some people are there and some people are there, but they're not there.
Yep.
Where were you sitting for that? Was that like an amphitheater setting?
It was an amphitheater. Yeah, we were on the yard. But it was awesome.
Dude, the yard of a Willie Nelson show.
Yeah,
That's
it was sick.
awesome, man.
It was sick. But yeah, I mean, shortly after that, I got to see Cody Johnson.
Yeah.
And I think going back to like how me and the band perform, I think I took a ton of inspiration from Cody.
I hear a lot of Kojo.
Yeah.
I hear a lot, and that's a huge compliment, honestly.
Yeah, I appreciate that. But I mean, when you see him play, I mean, it's just like the entire time. Like I said, high intensity, high energy. He's not there just to sing his songs and leave. I mean, he's there to entertain.
He's there to give you a show.
Exactly. And I think that's something like that when we were on tour and when we were playing, we were really focused on. And I think that's more valuable than getting up there and playing a bunch of songs people like.
Yeah.
Is entertaining them, because that's all people really care about. Even if they don't know the songs, like I said, some of the original stuff that's not out, we had people cheering after like we just played their favorite song because we were putting on a good show. So I think that's super important.
Yeah, that's awesome, dude. Well,
Yes,
man,
sir.
what are the big goals for this year? So it sounds like playing more shows,
Yes,
getting
sir.
music out there. Anything else?
Yes, sir. I mean, I'm just really focused on getting in front of more ears and allowing people to hear my music and hopefully it leads to some other things. And yeah, I'm really excited to see where these next couple years take me. Definitely.
Yeah, man, I'm excited to see where they take it. This is going to be an episode that folks are going to go back to and be like, this is early Cooper Ledford.
I hope so.
It is. It
Yes,
is,
sir.
man. I got that feeling, man. And it's my favorite part about what we get to do with Raised Rowdy is finding guys and girls from like square one and
Yes, sir.
just watching you go out and do your thing and getting to be there with you early on, and then watching my homies back home in New York be like, hey, so you know this Cooper Ledford kid? I'm like, yeah, I know Cooper.
Yes, sir.
So it's awesome it's awesome, man. And you're someone that we believe in very highly,
I
and
appreciate
you're
that.
someone that I think like your work ethic, you're a great freaking dude. Like,
Thank you. I appreciate that.
just keep doing what you're doing, man.
I appreciate that.
Keep
Thank you
doing
very
what
much.
you're doing, and anything you or JD ever need, like you got the Raised Rowdy family with you, man.
Yes, sir.
Like we appreciate you, and I can't wait to get out. One, to have you at Rowdy on the road, but two, to like once the thing really gets going, get out to a club show
Yes,
or a
sir.
festival
Yeah,
and watch you
definitely.
and the boys do your thing, man.
Definitely.
What are what's like a bucket list thing that you want to go do?
Oh man, I think for me, oh god,
It's like everybody says Red Rocks.
Yeah,
Everybody
yeah.
says like this or that.
I think PNC actually, because that's where my first concert was in Charlotte. So
Yeah.
I think if I ever got to headline a show at PNC, I think that would be the absolute sickest thing ever. Especially because it's so close to that's in Charlotte, so it's so close to where I'm from.
Yeah.
That would be awesome.
Have you been to Coyote Joe's?
I have. I saw Randall King play there.
Yeah.
That was awesome. Yeah.
Yeah, that's one where I'm like, if when you headline at Coyote Joe's,
Yeah.
if I'm not doing if I don't have any obligations that weekend, I will make that trip out to Charlotte and pay my money to go to that show.
Yes, sir.
I would love, like, there's just so much history there, and like
Oh,
you
yeah.
guys have like being from that Charlotte area, even just over the border, like so many great opportunities for
Yes,
you
sir.
in the future, man. But Cooper, so we think new music by the summer?
Yes, sir. Definitely.
Do we know which song?
We do, but I can't say it yet.
You can't say it yet. You can't say it yet. Okay. Okay, I'll take that, man. We'll talk about that off the microphone. But y'all be sure to look up our man Cooper Ledford, one of the best kids rising up in the scene right now. Y'all be sure to check out his music. If you're out and plan to go to Carolina Country Music Fest, do we know which day you're playing out there?
Yes, sir. June 6th, Luke Bryan's day.
Oh, wow.
Yes, sir.
That's really cool.
Yes, sir.
That's really cool. So get out there. If you're in the Carolinas planning to go to that festival, be sure to pop over and see our man Cooper Ledford and be on the lookout for new music coming this summer. Thank you so much for coming on and hanging, buddy. Appreciate you. Shout out to our friends from Surfside. No bubbles, no troubles. Vodka lemonade, vodka iced tea. They just put out Super Light as well, which Super Light is wild. It's a vodka Gatorade mix. So it's like Gatorade mixed with vodka.
No, I feel like that would get me in trouble.
Yeah. Well, you're not drinking any of it, Cooper. You're 20 years old.
Exactly,
You've never had alcohol. We'll throw you.
I feel like hypothetically, if I could drink,
we'll throw you a big 21st birthday party one day. That's what we'll do. But shout out to our friends from Surfside. Y'all be sure to go check them out. And like I said, check out Cooper Ledford. For more on us, visit RaiseRowdy.com. For my boy Cooper, I'm Matt Burrill. This has been Outside the Round.